Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Straight Off the Bench. This is the first live session we have ever had, and we are so excited to be here. It's episode 28. My name's Carter Randolph, alongside my buddy Lake Lile, Big Bad Lake. And Lake, just want to start off, congratulations on little Maverick, your baby boy.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it. It took a little time off because of it, but we're right back into it. I had to come out and do an episode, especially a special episode on this Sunday of football.
Big Sunday. I mean, the Dolphins just put up 70 points. I mean, that just happened 20 minutes ago with the time we're at here in the middle of Oklahoma. But, yeah, a couple good games yesterday. And I think we were going to start off with college football just to kind of get that underway. But first, congratulations to the Rays, Orioles, and Brewers and the Twins on clinching their MLB divisions. I mean, big time, especially with October just around the corner.
Yeah, with playoffs about to start. Honestly, I stopped watching baseball whenever football season started, so my baseball season ended a little bit ago.
Oh, yeah.
But congratulations to whoever's going to win the World Series.
Just something to watch during the middle of the day. It's a good thing about those 1 o'clock games
right
on a Tuesday, man. But, yeah, college football yesterday, Notre Dame loses to Ohio State. I mean, I thought Notre Dame had it, man, but obviously not.
Well, and they had 10 guys on the field on a goal line stand.
Literally the last play of the game, the most important play of the game, and you have 10 guys out there.
1 second left, Ohio State punches it in for 6 to win the game.
Do we put that on Marcus Freeman, or who do we put that on, the defensive coordinator? Because, you got to think that you put 11 guys out there. One guy just – yeah, it really doesn't make sense at all. I mean, how on the last play do you not have 11 guys? But it seems like I saw late guys rushing on all game. I saw it in the Florida State Clemson game, too. Clemson scored first, and they had a guy running out there late. It's like, how does that happen?
And Florida State snuck it out in overtime. That's the only reason why they won.
I was happy to see that. I think Jordan Travis is legit. I mean, Jordan Travis is a guy who he can read a defense. I mean, he has complete control of Florida State's offense, but he's also been there since they were terrible back in 2020 or 2019. And he's been there for that long, learning the system.
And, I mean, not many big upsets this week. Like Ohio State beating Notre Dame, that wasn't an upset.
No, just a good game, man.
I honestly thought Alabama was going to lose to Ole Miss, personally, but they didn't. Alabama came out and just hung it up and just kept on going and going and going.
And I figured Alabama would come out and make a statement win because, Nick Saban just doesn't lose these games.
Right.
I mean, he has a good running game like he always does. And their quarterback, McElroy or something, but he's really good. He's like 6'3", 220. I mean, he's a big boy. Hard to tackle for sure.
Milroe.
Yeah. But which I was surprised. I thought Alabama was going to go with the Notre Dame transfer, Rutschman.
I did too.
But obviously not. Which I thought, you have a big offensive line like that. I mean, why not run the ball down their throats, especially when you know your defense is going to hold most times than not. But I thought the big game was UCLA. Utah is still undefeated without having their star quarterback.
And, Utah is good. Like, Utah's, never really that bad.
Never. Oh, never. They're always underrated.
Yeah. What conference did they join? Did they join the Big 12?
They're in the Big 12.
They're in the Big 12 now? Okay, I couldn't remember if they joined the Big 12.
They're probably going to be the powerhouse, the new team in the Big 12. Right. I mean, Cincinnati's looking all right. They couldn't score against OU at all. But their defense played all right. 20 points. And Gabriel missed a lot of throws. Like, there was one on that first drive. He overthrew his guy by 5 yards. Right. That was a little insane. But you have those type of games. You can't have yourself a day every day,
And it's OU. We're going to turn around. We win those games normally, and we're undefeated in conference play.
Who are y'all playing next week?
I believe we play Iowa State, but I could be wrong.
Oh, shoot.
It sounds about right, though. Yeah, we do play Iowa State next week.
Just embarrassed my pokes.
But I thought they were going to beat OSU anyways. I don't think OSU is a good team. They were bottom of the tier in recruiting this year. And their offensive coordinator, I don't think, is that good.
Yeah, that definitely has something to do with it. He doesn't call the right plays. And we also need to find a quarterback so we can get into a rhythm in the game.
You can't play 3 guys.
Can't play a 3 QB system in this league. It's just not going to work. No matter how much you want it to, it's just not.
Yep.
But I think there was a lot to grow on as well because we scored 27 points. I can't remember the final score. Last time I checked the OSU game, it was 34-27.
I think that's what it was.
I thought so. I thought that's how it would end up. But, both teams, I didn't think that game would be over 7-3. Going into the fourth quarter.
They both suck, so
Yeah, no doubt, dude. UCLA, they They're supposed to have that Dante Thompson freshman quarterback, but he didn't do too hot. He looked a little riggedy raggedy.
When you play Utah, it's tough to go to Utah.
Pick six on the first play of the game. Yeah.
They played in Utah.
Yeah.
So, it's hard to go to Utah and win.
Oh, no doubt, dude. Especially when you give a pick six on the first play of the game. But happens. And it was a simple read. It was double slant. Dude just cut it quick.
And then, Oregon just roundhouse kicking Colorado right in the face.
Vegas was happy after that one. Vegas was real happy because I bet a lot of people took that 21 points.
Oh, I was gonna give the 21 points all day.
Mm-hmm.
I thought they were gonna win and cover for sure because they're a good
Oregon
team. Yeah.
Bo Nix is good for sure. When you have an experienced quarterback like that, it always helps. Helps.
And I think Colorado's going to lose next week to USC.
How do they win after that? After that showing, how has anyone put money on Colorado?
Yeah.
Which gambling is not legal in this state, but that's how you base teams off of those spreads.
Yep.
Like who's favorited, who's not, who's supposed to win.
OU's 3-0 against the spread. They've covered every week.
And OU against Iowa State, that's an easy little schedule right there, easy start, even though Cincinnati was a big test.
Right.
And it was a big test for Cincinnati. That was their first taste of the Big 12.
Yeah.
And they didn't score a single touchdown, so that's tough. Which, by the way, shout out to the Dolphins for putting up 70 today. That's crazy, dude. Absolutely insane.
Mostert had 4 touchdowns.
Mm-hmm. Tua had 4 as well. It was a good day. Put up 28 points in my fantasy league. Which doesn't seem that great, really, for putting up 70 points in a ball game, but that definitely takes you a long way.
He scored 36 in mine.
36?
36 touchdowns.
In our non-PPR?
Yeah, because they count as 6 points.
Oh, that's nice.
Which is nice.
Doesn't help Trevor Lawrence. My guy, absolutely terrible.
That was my pick for the Super Bowl. I picked them to win the Super Bowl, and they're not looking too good. I watched them against the Chiefs last week, and they were like 1 for 5 in the red zone. Or they weren't even 1 for anything. I don't think they scored a touchdown last week against the Chiefs, and they had a lot of red zone attempts.
It just seems like they can't get a full drive going. They'll get like to the 50, to the 45, and then just stall out every time. Because, there's no way that a team with Trevor Lawrence, Travis Etienne, Calvin Ridley, Christian Kirk should not be putting the ball basically wherever they want. He's got the receivers. He's got the running back.
Yep.
Maybe the O-line is a little bit shaky. Maybe he's getting a little pressured too quick.
I guess, or maybe Doug
their
Peterson.
Defense isn't even half bad. They got the second Josh Allen, who plays DN. They got Trayvon Walker, who's from Georgia, was I'm pretty sure a first-team All-American at Georgia.
Yeah. Number 1 pick.
Yeah, number 1 pick, exactly.
Right.
They should be good. They're just a little bit of a stump. Maybe the play calling's just
and
a little
even
bit.
At home.
Maybe he needs to simplify it a little bit for him.
I don't know about simplify it. I think just make better play calls. I think they need to air it out a little bit more.
Well, then you get too pass. You can't get too pass happy in the. You got to be able to run the ball a little bit.
Yeah.
But I understand. In college, I get real mad at that because it'll be 2nd and 10, and they'll run it when they're on the 40-yard line, and they've passed it all the way down the field. I'm like, just because you have 1 incompletion doesn't mean you have to run the ball there.
Yeah.
Throw it. Continuously involve your best player, which is usually the quarterback 9 times out of 10, unless it's Derrick Henry or something.
Right. Normally, the best player on the field is the quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
Not the most athletic or anything, but the best player.
Which I'll tell you, a guy to look out for is Michael Penix Jr. for Washington. Transferred from Indiana to Washington.
Okay.
Pretty sure he has 15, 14 touchdowns already in the season. Just winging it all over. Threw for over 300 yesterday.
Okay.
And Washington played Oregon State, I think. It's a pretty good game, actually.
Oregon State
played Washington State.
Yeah, I think that's right because Oregon State won.
Oregon State lost.
Oregon State lost. They got upset by Washington State.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And Washington State's ranked, so can you really call that an upset, though?
21 beating 24, it just depends.
I can't believe they're still good, though, after Mike Leach. After Mike Leach passed away.
Right.
Figured they'd have a couple off seasons, but not. They beat California, Washington.
Colts beat the Ravens in overtime today, I saw.
Wow. Whooped them. That's crazy. Lamar, man, just can't figure it out for some reason.
Anthony Richardson.
I know Gardner Minshew proving a point.
I don't even think he threw a touchdown pass.
Didn't need to. I don't think after the first, second or third drive it was. I don't think the Ravens had more than 10 yards in a drive. They were 3 and out 4 drives in a row.
The Ravens need a running back because with J.K. Dobbins going down, Just,
Should have signed Kareem Hunt, man. Should have hunted him down. Said,
I guess.
Come home.
But,
And Gus Edwards has usually been a decent backup for them, though.
yeah.
But didn't work out this time. Not at all.
And Justice Hill, I mean, he was good that one game whenever he first went down. He had 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, and just saw this. Shout out to Roman. Sorry for your loss today. The Saints fell to the
the Saints
Packers
lose?
18-17.
They were up 18-0.
17-0. They were up 17-0.
They
yeah.
were up 17-0.
Couldn't score. But I think Derek Carr went out. Derek Carr got hurt. Team kind of got deflated. Jameis Winston probably just couldn't figure it out.
Couldn't throw. Yeah.
Which
well,
you
Jameis
think-
Winston's throwing the ball. Michael Thomas is out. Michael Thomas does not want to play with
Yeah,
Jameis.
he's like, that boy
Jameis
injured me again.
Yeah.
Make me dive in front of Levante David or something.
I can't believe they won.
Especially when you're up 17-0.
Yeah.
I mean, how do you not score one field goal
Right.
in the second half? That's kind of crazy. Chargers, I guess
They
the
get
Vikings
Kamara
are the
back.
best. Oh, yeah, they do get Kamara back. That's true. But even last year, he had an off year last year,
Right.
Kamara. I mean, he didn't do that good. Not as good as he had been.
I don't think he broke 1,000 yards. I think he was hurt though.
He wasn't like terrible, I should say,
He's
but
not his normal. He wasn't his normal.
no,
self.
it wasn't his normal self. And I hope his injury doesn't I hope that didn't hold him back a
But he
little
had
even
Andy
more.
Dalton throwing him the ball.
Yeah, that's always never the best, but
Right.
it doesn't take much to swing it out in the flat, you know. I don't think Kamara's gonna be running too far down the field. And Michael Thomas, man, you just need to get him out in open space.
Yeah, and they have Olave.
Yeah,
Olave,
Olave's
he's
nice.
good.
He's a good slot.
He's good.
And you know my theory on that. The 2 is the most important receiver position because the 1 is always going to get the eyes. Unless it's like Justin Jefferson or Devontae Adams. Like, those 2 are going to do their thing every time. Stephon
Yeah.
Diggs of the world. But, like, when you got, like, a Michael Pittman.
Like Juju
Or
Smith-Schuster
like
was a great number 2 for Antonio Brown. He was a great. He won the offensive player of the year.
Yeah, he was good. He was good then, for sure.
Yeah,
For sure.
it's
I
'cause
still think
Antonio
he's good,
Brown had
but
all the lies,
I think
all
those
the
concussions
eyes.
he's picked up over the years have scared him a little bit. I think
Yeah.
he's scared to really get in there and go for a catch. He's afraid he's
And
going
all
to
the
miss
TikTok
3 games.
dances just screwed him.
And he's a grown man. He shouldn't be on TikTok anyway. But
Right.
do whatever you want to do. I'm sure he was getting paid for those. I'm sure 1 million people watched him every time.
Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't focus on it, but he loved it. Which now he's a Patriot. You know, Billy Boy don't ever accept that.
Nope. But
Billy
they got the
Boy
win
nipped
today.
that
They won
shit in the
today.
butt.
They won by 5. They beat the Jets.
Wasn't pretty, but we got it done.
Yeah,
It's
I
never
mean,
pretty. It's
yeah.
never pretty with this year's Patriots. But
15 to the
our
Jets.
defense is solid. The
not
Jets have a
good.
decent defense, though.
Yeah, they do.
They're not terrible. It's
I
not
think
like
now they make a push for a play. I think you have to get a quarterback. Honestly,
the Patriots or the Jets.
the Jets.
Yeah, got to.
You can't go forward with Zach Wilson. I think you have to go get Carson Wentz, Matt Ryan, maybe Phillip Rivers.
I wouldn't be surprised if
Make a
Kirk
call to Kirk
Cousins.
Cousins.
Yeah, he's 0-3 over there in Minnesota. I mean, he might want out. Might
What
be
happened?
time.
Why not Minnesota?
I'm pretty sure
start
they were
tanking?
talking about something like that. Rumor in the
Yeah.
rumor mill. Like if something popped up, they wouldn't
Tank for
completely
Caleb
get it
Williams.
off the table.
Tank for Caleb.
Tanking though with Justin Jefferson on the team, he'll probably want out.
But if you're all like, man, we got Caleb Williams coming in, he's just gonna chuck it to you.
And that's
Shoot.
still a lottery. I mean, you still got to go in and get the lottery, but
You got to get
isn't-
the best. Yeah, you have to have the worst record to get
is
it.
that it? Okay, it's not the NBA where you go and do.
They don't
okay,
need ping pong
no.
balls,
Ooh.
unfortunately.
Then they have a chance if they can tank. If they want to tank like that, which I don't think they do, but if they trade Kirk Cousins, that'll answer all our questions.
Yep.
They'll tank. Who's the backup over there?
Couldn't tell you.
Yeah, couldn't tell you.
Maybe. Man, I don't know.
Doesn't matter.
yeah.
Doesn't matter. Even if they'll probably sign someone after they get rid of Kirk.
More than likely, you would think they would have to. That or just have their backup. Which is, it has to be a veteran. Mullins. Nick Mullins. I thought it was him. I was going to say him. So Nick Mullins is their backup.
Nick Mullins, man. I remember when he was on the 49ers. Did all right.
Start him and roll him out. Cardinals beating the Cowboys currently.
3-0.
9-0.
9-0. Put
9-0.
some points on the
Putting
board.
little points on the board. James Conner touchdown.
What is going on with today's football? Can a favorite never win anymore? Like, is it as upset central? Feels like
I
everyone
guess.
who's favorited just can't do it.
I
Can't
don't
do it
know.
at home.
It's pretty crazy. I think the Dolphins might be the new Chiefs.
70 points is insane.
Yeah.
That just shows Mike McDaniels knows what he's doing.
He's an offensive guru.
Yeah.
Ripping that vape, ripping the Broncos.
Hitting an alto, calling, ZZ flat.
Yeah. And the Bills, the Bills tore it up today. They beat the Commanders. Commanders were undefeated.
Shoot, got me 30 points on my fantasy team, man. The Bills defense did.
Yeah.
I'll take that all day.
That's
I think
nuts.
Stephon Diggs got me like
had a touchdown.
30, or Stephon Diggs got me like 15. They had 9 sacks and
Oh my
4
gosh.
interceptions. Yeah, they went crazy. And a
I wonder
fumble
what the
recovery
record
for a
is
touchdown.
sacks in a game.
I remember hearing last time in week 1 there was a team that had 7 sacks, and that was like a big deal. So 9, that's
9
a
has
lot.
to be, 9 is
That's a lot for sure.
Yeah.
And I'm sure those old linemen are just crying themselves to sleep right now. They're like,
Sam Howell is just hurting.
oh, no doubt, dude. I mean, Sam Howell deserved better there.
Yeah.
He deserved better. But that's the NFL. Grown men. I mean, they're the best of the best. Some days they're better than others, for sure.
Yeah.
But I get that's kind of what I was thinking about with the Cowboys too. Is like since Trayvon Diggs is out, are they going to be just as good? Even though I think he's a little overrated.
He gets burned a lot, but
A lot.
I think to be a good corner, you have to gamble. You have to gamble a little bit.
And I think you can gamble a little bit more because it seems like they're not calling as many PIs as they used to.
Yeah.
Letting them play a little harder. So I saw one earlier today. Dude smacked him in the face, and they didn't call it. They were like kind of diving for it, and he came over the top, smacked him in the helmet, and they didn't call it.
I saw
that's
quite
crazy.
a few yesterday in college football that should have been PIs, but were not.
That's the joke on Twitter right now. Iowa's just getting screwed on calls. You seen that? It's just blatant at this point. It's just blatant.
But yeah, that's what happens. If Iowa plays anywhere else, they're not going to get the calls they want.
Yeah, very true. OU Texas next week? No, OU Iowa State.
OU Iowa State next week. OU Texas is, I think, in 2 or 3 weeks.
That'll be the game of the week when that comes on, man.
I bet that'll be college game day.
Oh, it has to be. It has
to be.
I mean, why not?
Right.
Till Bedlam, which that game would be terrible this year.
It'll be, I think OU will just.
Last Bedlam ever.
Last Bedlam ever.
Be some fireworks, man. I'll be looking forward to it,
Yep.
man. I'm just happy football's back. Happy everything is
Mike
going
Gundy
well.
might play 4 quarterbacks that game.
Shoot, bring out his littlest son. I think he's only about 14.
why not?
Throw him out there. See what he got, dude. God, it's ridiculous.
He might call Shedeur Sanders back up and be all like, or not, is that his name? I think that's his name.
Dion's son?
No, your all's quarterback last year.
Oh, Spencer Saunders.
Spencer Saunders.
He went to like Syracuse or something. I can't remember where he went.
I can't believe y'all got rid of him.
He wasn't that good, but he was better than this.
He's way better than that.
He could run away from stuff.
He
Like,
was
he
Big
wouldn't
12
get.
quarterback of the year, I think, 2 years ago.
That was when we should have went all the way and lost to TCU.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we lost to TCU, screwed the whole thing up. God, that was terrible.
Yep.
That was last year. I don't know. He was all right, but man, the last 4 games he played, it was just pick city. It's like he didn't know where he was throwing it half the time. Which I know it's tough out there. Last night in that Notre Dame Ohio State game, both those quarterbacks supposed to be first round. Couldn't score any points before the last 3 minutes of the first half. So I guess it's just what defenses give you. Sometimes they give you more than others, but I expect more. Expect more from some of those guys.
Yeah, they got to give all their effort they can.
Mm-hmm. And Ryan Day, just like Ryan Day in that post-fight press conference or post-game press conference. Lou Holtz, where you at?
Yeah, Lou Holtz, where you at? Talking all that smack on his team.
To an 88-year-old man. That's crazy to me. But he was talking that smack.
He was. He was on Pat talking all that smack.
Defend your boys.
Yeah.
And he honestly had a point. It is Ohio against the world, half the time. I feel like no one likes Ohio
State.
There's always those bandwagons that be like, yo, Terrell Pryor was it. Best quarterback ever. Yeah. But I don't know. It is Ohio against the world. I kind of like it like that, honestly.
A bunch of Ohio.
I ain't never going to like them.
Ohioans.
That's for sure. Yeah, dude. That's all they got up there.
Yeah.
Then him and LeBron.
AJ Hawk, man.
Yeah. Is AJ from Ohio?
Yeah, he played for Ohio State. From Ohio.
Did he really?
Yeah,
he loves him then. He was real happy last night. He won a
national championship with them.
Really?
Yeah. That was whenever
dude did a little bit of everything.
They had him and Big Bad Bob Carpenter on the same team, and they just had a defensive powerhouse. I think that him and Bob Carpenter were on a Wheaties box whenever they were at Ohio State. They were so good. Yeah.
A Wheaties box.
Yeah.
That's got to be you know you made it when you make it on the Wheaties
Yep.
box. I think
Yeah.
Joe Burrow made it on a Wheaties box.
Yeah.
And then started sucking.
Terrible. He's terrible now. Sucks.
So does that mean AJ Hawk has a national championship and a
Yep.
Super Bowl?
Yep.
Dang.
And Ryder
what
Cup
a run.
Ryder Cup champion. Got picked for the Celebrity Ryder Cup team, and they won.
How did he pull that off?
He's
I've
just
never
an
even
animal.
heard of that.
Yeah, he's just an animal,
Celebrity
man.
Ryder Cup.
Yeah.
The girls' Ryder Cup was this week. It was like
Correct.
the Solheim.
Yep.
I
And
know
then,
Nelly Corda was balling
The men's is this weekend coming up in Rome.
in Rome. That's got to be I bet that course is going to be so
It's
cool,
gonna be
dude.
nice.
So cool.
Yeah.
Did you go to Rome?
Yeah, I'd go to Rome.
I'd go to Rome.
I'd go to Rome.
I feel like that'd be sweet.
Yeah.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We're back after a short intermission. This is straight off the bench. And we've been talking a little football. And I just want to, do you think this is how did you expect the year to go this way so far? A couple undefeated teams, Falcons undefeated.
No, I did not think it was going to be like this. The Bucks are a shocker for me. I'm surprised the Bucks are doing good. I'm surprised the Rams are doing good.
Big test Monday night.
Yeah.
Bucks.
For the Bucks. Oh, definitely. But I like the Bucks. Baker Mayfield, dude, he's balling out.
I don't know. I picked the Eagles to win the Super Bowl, so I think
Eagles
I'm
are
going to
gonna
have to
beat
take
them.
the Eagles.
I think the
Yeah.
Eagles are going to beat them. It's a 5-point spread. I would definitely take the Eagles to win and cover.
Mm-hmm.
I think the Rams beat the Bengals tomorrow at I don't even know what their stadium's called.
Oh, SoFi?
No, that's the Rams, the Bengals stadium.
Oh, Bengals? I have
I
no
can't
idea.
think
I
of
just know
it,
it says
yeah.
Rule the Jungle on the side of it.
Right.
It's called the Jungle.
Paycor Stadium.
I would have never
I would have
guessed that.
never. Right. So I think that they go up there and beat them tomorrow. They're getting 2 points, if you can believe that.
That
The
is a
Rams
little
are.
crazy. That is a little crazy. I guess they're thinking
I don't even think
Joe Burrow
is
was
going to play.
questionable. Yeah.
I don't think he's going to play.
Joe Mixon looked like he had a cannon,
Yeah.
though, on that arm, though. He looked like he was winging it.
They're warming up him, and then they have their backup. But we'll see. I don't think that the Rams are going to lose. Dude, Kyron Williams is a dog.
He is pretty good, dude. And he was good at Notre Dame.
Right.
I mean, Notre Dame, he was running left and right. And he looks kind of undersized to me.
Yeah.
Looks like he's really not that big. Like, doesn't look like a real, like, just bulldozer running back. But, man, what did he have, 90 yards last week?
Something like
that's
that.
a win. I know he had a
think
touchdown.
50.
Yeah,
He
something
had,
nice.
and he's been killed in fantasy. I think he had 17 and then 22 last week.
Definitely one of those sleepers everyone wants after
Oh,
week
I
one.
snagged him.
Did you get him?
Yeah. I made sure to get him because he was a dog.
Yeah, that was Paku Nakua for me for the Rams. So the Rams, two guys stepping up to the plate.
Right.
Just getting it
and,
going.
I mean, Tutu Atwell is catching balls too.
I've yet to see anything of that guy. I always see his name
Really?
popping up, Atwell, but I've yet to see like a highlight of him or like anything.
Game 1, he had quite a few catches. I think he had a touchdown in game 1.
Really?
Yep.
Tutu, where did he play? Ole Miss?
I'm not sure. I couldn't tell you.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know, but I love his name. That's all I know.
Tutu, yeah.
Tutu Atwell. Come on. That's
It's so interesting what parents think up sometimes.
right. Tutu.
Maverick's a good one. That's all I know.
Yeah, that's a great one. So, Ryder Cup for the women was this week.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see who won it.
Pretty sure America did because last thing I saw was Nelly Corda, like
Good.
USA's top women's golfer, was kind of killing it. She was
Good.
hitting good irons at least.
That's what I like to hear, that America
Mm-hmm.
win it.
Next week, I'd like to think America would win it, but I don't think we beat Britain on their home soil like the past 4 or 5 Ryder Cups.
Let's see.
Some weird stat like that. I know I saw it.
How many rounds did we win today? We won 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 5, 6. I think we won. I don't know. It's going to be close. I'm sure
It'll
they'll
be
announce
close.
it. I think it's going to be a good one this year for the men.
no doubt,
I don't know if
dude.
you looked at the teams, but the teams are stacked.
Oh, yeah, they're
Both
really
ways.
good.
Europe has Rory, Rahm, McIntyre, Hovland, Hatton, Fitzpatrick, Fleetwood, Straka,
Straka, yeah.
Rose, Lowry, Aberg, and Hojgaard.
That's like that Hovland choice and that Fleetwood. I'm glad Fleetwood made it on the team. He's been playing good golf, dude. Hasn't won anything, but he's been up there.
And then USA has Burns, Cantley, Wyndham Clark, Ricky Fowler, Harmon, Max Homa, Brooks Koepka, Colin Morikawa, Xander Schauffele, Scotty Scheffler, Spieth, and Thomas.
JT's the reserve?
JT is on the team.
Oh, he made it.
He made it on
He
the
made
team.
it on the team.
He made it on the
Did
team.
not see that. That's
Yeah.
crazy. Whose
And-
spot did he take?
I'm not sure, but he made the
'Cause
team.
I thought that was the whole thing. Koepka and Thomas couldn't both make it.
They both can make it. They just didn't want to. Everybody didn't want Thomas because he hasn't been playing good, and nobody wanted Brooks because
He's a traitor.
Right.
Yeah, he's a traitor.
Right.
Like,
He's
can't
a
go to
traitor.
the live and not be called a traitor. But
Yeah.
I guess they're all part of the same thing now.
Yeah.
So whatever. But
But so it'll be good. I think
know
that,
Koepka got the mullet. Got the mullet haircut.
So did Sam
he's
Burns.
ready. Sam Burns did?
Sam Burns did too. The Freedom Flow.
He always plays pretty good. Looks like he hits the hell out of it when I
Yeah.
watch him play. Like, just hits absolute nukes.
Yeah. I think America's going to win it. We got some guys on that team.
I think we've struggled in British soil for the past couple of years, and damn, they got a tough squad. Hovland,
yeah.
all them, Rahm, McIlroy, 3 names you don't want to see
Rahm,
going
yeah.
against you.
Rahm, Hovland, Rory, even Fitzpatrick, man. Fitzpatrick's good.
You know Roy's going to be trying in Rome. I mean, he's Catholic. If I've ever heard of Irish Catholic, I mean, he's going to be trying in the motherland.
Yeah.
Like,
And John Rahm's going to want to come out and show that how good he is.
John Rahm, he hasn't done good for like 2 months. We'll need to see him play well.
He has to
which
get out there
I'm
and
totally
play
messing
good.
around, but I'm excited to see him play, and I just want to see what a Rome course looks like.
Yeah.
Is it going to be super hilly? Is it going to be flat?
I
I'm
bet it's gonna
assuming be hilly.
I assume it's going to be hilly and windy.
Yeah, like
Most of the
windy.
Europe
I don't know
courses
though.
Europe courses are pretty windy, I think.
Yeah, I feel like you're thinking Scotland and Ireland though, like
That's
those
part of
islands.
I think
It's
I think
Europe for
Rome's
sure.
over in the same area. I don't know though. It could be.
I think Rome's more
could
in there,
not
but
be
it
windy.
probably will be windy. It'll be something. Who knows? It might be raining. Like I have no idea.
Yeah.
But I like to think it's hilly. Like I think of like vineyards and like those long plain kind of,
Yeah.
but like hilly. I don't know. Be cool. Wonder what it's called. I'm gonna look it up.
I wonder what kind of if they're gonna have tall native grass or like shorter native grass, because like all the Europe courses or some of them have that super tall native grass that you can't even hit out of.
I feel like that's what they like to do in those like European courses is make the
Make it
rough
tougher.
rough. Like
Yeah.
you're done if you're in the rough. Like you got to hit fairways.
Which makes you want to hit iron all day.
Marco Simeone course. Marco Simone Golf and Country Club in Rome, Italy. Now let's Google that up.
It's got to be a long course too.
I'm about to look up some pictures here.
Cowboys back on the board, 9-3 currently.
They need it. They need a couple stops now. They're missing old digs more than I thought they would.
For sure.
Looks very mid.
Chiefs still beating the Bears 7-0.
Nah, it looks sick, dude. It's got like mountains in the background
Oh, I
and
bet it's
everything,
money.
and like it's real curvy and not.
How much
hit.
do you think it is for a round there? It's got to be $300 for a round.
Oh, bro, you're in Rome, dude.
300 pounds.
Win in Rome
Yeah.
cost you a bag.
It'll be expensive.
Sure.
Because
I'm
I
sure
know
it's at a resort or something,
Yeah.
some nice spot. Marco Simone. I don't know. I feel like I've never even heard of that course either. So this is like one of the first times I think they've gone there,
maybe
which is weird. That's why I always think people should join the DP World Tour.
and see
when they
all the big
first start.
courses.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I think that they don't have the Ryder Cup every year. It's every 2 years. isn't
Yeah,
it?
every 2 years,
Every
I think.
2 years.
Try and do it like
They
an
might
Olympic
have,
style type deal.
Certain courses that they allow for the Ryder Cup, and they might make it a special course that they don't play very often.
I feel like they'd move countries every time. Like,
Yeah.
well, obviously it'd
Well,
be
they trade
easier because
courses
they
because they
go
were at America
British to
last
America,
time.
British to America,
Yeah.
which kind of does it. But don't do the same British courses. Don't go to Jupiter, Florida every time in America.
Yeah.
Like Puerto Rico's part of America. Alaska's
Right.
part of America. I think
Oh,
Alaska
can you
has a
imagine-
golf course.
Yeah, I don't know. Can you imagine an Alaskan golf course?
Have a very short window to play
Yeah,
in it. Have about a
definitely.
month. Shoot, you could play. You could finish that up in 2 days, man. Daylight for 50 hours.
Right.
Like, yo, Thursday, Friday, we're gonna get 36 in real
Like
quick.
36,
Yeah,
yep.
Like tea time, 3 a.m. My aunt, she's going to Alaska this week.
That'd be
'cause She got a
nice.
meeting. Yeah,
Yeah.
should be cool. Told her to bring me back a University of Alaska shirt,
Yeah, you
whatever they
bet.
call the Anchorage polar bears or whatever.
Bring back some.
Let's see.
Yeah, bring back some.
I know
souvenirs
there's
from
baseball
Alaska.
up there. I know there's baseball up there because I've seen videos of like baseball fields. They have to
And they
sweep
have
the
to have-
ice off
They
sometimes.
have to have football,
Yeah, I feel like they would.
basketball definitely.
But I just don't know how they do it because the towns are so separated.
True.
No way they're traveling constantly.
True.
I mean, because sometimes it's just so hard to travel.
They might not. Who knows? I don't know. They might just.
I'll find out one of these
They might
days.
just
I'll
be
go up
fishermen
there
or whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Go to that 3 a.m. bar, man, in the middle of the night.
Yeah.
Still daylight out.
Still daylight out.
Yeah, should be interesting. Definitely told her to bring back a shirt, though, if they even have a university. Which I'm assuming they have to have a college.
I would
like
think that
some
they would
sort
have
of
to have
college.
a college
Yeah.
of some sort.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But we'll see. Did you say the Cowboys got a field goal?
Cowboys have a field goal right now.
Nice.
3-9 currently. Not looking too solid for them. They're definitely not going to cover the spread.
They could.
They could. They
Takes
gotta-
3 stops. Takes 3 unanswered scores
Yeah.
to get back on top. That's what it takes is just defense and offense mixing.
The spread was 12.5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But Ravens lost, so that's gone with the wind anyway.
Oh gosh, I can't believe the Ravens lost to the Colts
Without their quarterback
without
either.
their quarterback.
And the Browns
running
looked real
back.
good. Browns whooped the Titans 27-3.
Which what are the Titans? The Titans aren't anything anymore.
But they should be though. They have Derrick Henry and DeAndre Hopkins. Like they should be really good.
Yeah.
I just don't know. They obviously don't have a defense.
I think D-Hop's just old.
And it looks like D-Hop can't get open anymore, or they just don't get him the ball like they should.
Or they have
Was he at
just
least leading?
They have just a trash.
Let's see if he was at
quarterback.
least leading in yards. That'll at least let them know that they're trying. Yeah, okay. He 3 for 48. He was leading yards. So he was the guy. Tannehill's just dog water. Yeah, 13 for 25 from Tannehill for 100 yards.
They're garbage at quarterback.
Deshaun Watson, yep, he's 27 for 33. Might have to pick him up.
When do you
this
start
week.
letting Will Levis play? When do you start letting Will Levis play if you're the Titans? I say right now.
No, not now, because D-Hop, he's only on a 1-year deal. No, he's on a 3-year, 33-year.
Yeah.
Or no, 2-year, 25, something like that. I don't think, probably next year. I would go until I would play Will Levis when you're about 1-5, 1-6. When the season is for sure gone. You have no chance of getting in there.
I think
You don't want to put the pressure on him yet because everyone's thinking he'll Zach Wilson now. That's what they're going to think with these new quarterbacks. We're going to bring him in from BYU. He's going to be an All-American every year, but he's just going to be a bust because we put too much pressure on these kids. So they're going to try and hold out on him. And I think Will Levis is like the perfect example of that. And they got him for cheap, so they don't have to do anything
they don't
with
have to
him.
pay him right
Yeah,
now.
they
got
don't.
him in the
They
second
have
round.
no like responsibility really towards him.
Yeah.
They want him to be great, but they're not going to put like crazy amounts of pressure
They
and
got.
money
I mean,
into
they
him.
got to play him though. You got to see what he's got.
I don't think they do.
I think
Not
right
this
now,
year.
Why? Put him in there with Derrick Henry.
Derrick
Right now's
Henry's
his best
staying
time.
for at least 2-3 years. I think he has a contract. Like it's
Yeah,
at
he's got
least
the
for
biggest
another 2 or
contract. I think
3.
he's got one of the biggest contracts.
Yeah,
for running
D-Hop.
backs.
I'm sure he put a trade clause in that thing.
Has
so
to.
he might want out after this year. But if Will Levis can show at least in those last few games
But who's trading for him? Nobody wanted him whenever
for
they could have
Tannehill,
signed him. D-Hop,
D-Hop, some old team will want it.
I guess. Somebody that needs like a number 2.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
No doubt. I mean, someone will want an old vet to get open, maybe come in on every other play or something, because it's always good to have depth with your star players, especially a vet like him who can teach the young bloods how to do it.
Right. And that can catch like he can. Some of the best hands in the NFL.
3 catches, 48 yards. Had to make a couple snags.
Yeah.
Did you see that one-handed catch from Florida yesterday?
No, I did
Oh,
not.
my goodness. He went up, grabbed it like that, brought it down, just gets popped right in the mouth, gets up like nothing happened. I was like,
Nice.
that was sick. But it was Florida versus like North Carolina, Charlotte.
Yeah.
But Florida guy made a hell of a catch, man. It was
Or Florida played Auburn yesterday.
Was Florida Auburn?
I think Florida played
I
Auburn.
don't think so. It was definitely said Charlotte or something. Let me Google that
Never
up.
mind then. I thought that they played
You might be right.
Auburn.
No, Florida played. Auburn
Charlotte,
played
they
A
played
and M.
Charlotte.
Yeah, Auburn
Yeah.
played A and M because this is another thing. Auburn had that fumble recovery and he ran it back in, and Jimbo Fisher was like halfway onto the field, dude. The
Oh, really?
guy ran inside of Jimbo Fisher because he was so far out of the field.
Oh, that's like
and then
what's
Jimbo
the-
had to start walking
like,
off. Like they scored the touchdown, so it didn't matter. But even if he didn't, they would have added 15 yards.
Do you
because he
remember
was,
whenever
like,
Mike
on the
Tomlin did
field.
that?
No,
the
I
Steelers?
don't. I just kept seeing the thing from Friday Night Lights where that coach runs out and hits what's his name? The big fullback in the show. I don't know if you ever watched Friday Night Lights.
I didn't watch the show, only the movie.
Oh, there was a
The
scene
movie's
like
the only
they're
way to
whooping
go.
their rival, and the coach, he gets so mad at his teammates, he runs out and just smacks the guy running the ball, just goes out there and lays the hit stick on him. He got DQ'd, obviously, but yeah, it was Jimbo, I don't know what he was doing. Like, how are you out so far on the field?
Yeah.
Like, usually you see the big buff guys grabbing the coach by
Grabbing
the
him
shirt,
and
like,
pulling
yo,
back.
get back here.
Yeah.
Jimbo said, you touch me, we're going to have problems.
Well, Mike Tomlin, there was a guy running a pump back, and Mike Tomlin was on the sidelines, and the guy ran into Mike
tripped
Tomlin.
him. Tripped him,
or
yeah,
something like that.
I remember that.
And, yeah, it went down. It was a whole ordeal.
Bad look for Mike. I can't believe they didn't get rid of him after that, but
Dude, he's the
when you haven't
doesn't
had
have a
a
losing
under
season.
500 season, yeah, why would
never
you?
had a losing season.
Oh, he's top tier. Almost as good as it gets.
Yeah.
He's no Billy Boy. He's no Bill Belichick, but I'll take him any day of the week, you know?
Yeah. I mean, Bill Belichick's just without Tom Brady, he's still under 500.
Mm-hmm.
He's got to win a few games.
Oh, yeah, still for sure. But Mike Tomlin seems young, too. I think he's only he looks like he's only 55.
He might be younger than that.
Maybe. So he got a long way to go.
Yeah.
You think he's a Steeler for life?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Honestly,
like-
Andy Reid's hopping up there in win totals. I think he's got 270 wins.
Andy Reid's a Hall of Famer. No doubt.
Oh, yeah.
No doubt.
Yeah.
I bet he's got another 10 years of coaching left
I
in
think
him.
he's the best coach in the NFL right now.
I bet he gets up to like the Kansas State coach, like type age, and then retires.
Yeah.
So that guy was like 85.
He was old.
Yeah. Maybe even older than
I
that.
can't think of his name. God, he was good, though.
Yeah, and I'm really upset with myself. Coach
Bill
Schneider, Bill Schneider, yep. Had his golf cart, he'd ride around, scream at the guys, ride off in the sunset.
Yeah.
Kansas State, they busted last week, too. I was so upset at that, man. I thought they were going to beat, would they play Missouri?
Not sure. They played UCF this weekend, and I think they lost.
Got a tough schedule. They do. It's Colin Klein. That's like the definition of bad play calling. Just like talk about a Big 12 team.
Oh, they won. They won yesterday. They beat
Okay,
UCF.
because Colin Klein was running plays like he was still in school. Remember him for K-State when he
Yeah.
was just running all over people?
Yep.
That QB power. That's all he likes to do, man.
Yep.
Any sort of important down, QB power.
Yep.
It's kind of crazy.
Arizona touchdown.
Arizona touchdown. Josh Dobbs leading the way. That's insane.
Yeah.
Cardinals beating. Dude, I bet that was like plus 400, plus 500.
Moore left tackle.
Zach Moore?
For 25.
No,
Rondale Moore
he's a receiver.
running back. And receiver, I don't know. Yeah, receiver.
Yeah,
Scored a touchdown.
Rondale
Cardinals are
Moore
beating
was
the
a-
Cowboys. Wow. The Trash Boys might be.
The Trash Boys.
The Trash Boys. They might have to go. They might be going down today.
They're back.
But the Cardinals almost beat the Giants last week. We were down 28-0
It was
to them.
interesting. It was interesting.
Or 21-0 to them or something.
Cardinals I think they're just scrappier than people think.
I guess.
They just have nothing to lose. You know, that nothing to lose mentality. So
Yeah.
they just lay it all out there. Like, shoot, man.
Tanking for Williams,
I'm
man.
getting paid after the game. I don't care. I'm going to give you everything
Yeah.
I got. And Josh Dobbs fighting for a backup spot probably. I always kind of like Josh Dobbs.
Well, he was working somewhere. He's I think, aerospace engineer or something like that. He's like an engineer, some big-time degree. And
While being a quarterback?
Yeah, well, he went to college and done that, and
Mm-hmm.
he was working, and he wasn't even going to be a quarterback, and they called him and like, hey, you want to play football? And he's like, yeah, sure. So he
Screw
just
it.
quit.
I'll be
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
Must be nice to be that smart.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I'm
Chiefs
pretty
just scored
sure.
another touchdown.
Yeah, Chiefs are. Bears
Clyde
just ain't got it.
Edwards-Helaire.
They're giving him a little bit more love this season. Last year they just completely abandoned him. This year they're all right.
He had that fumble, but I think Pacheco is a better running back than Clyde Edwards-Helaire. But that's just me thinking that.
I think Pacheco looks like he's running in mud when he's out there. He
Yeah.
looks so slow, and he's so small. No way he's a power back.
No.
I mean, I don't know what you see in him, what Allison sees in him. I have no idea.
Pacheco,
Yeah,
he's just, I mean,
to drop a guy who had 1,000 yards at one point to give it to this guy who looks like he's running in slow motion.
he just runs hard. He runs hard, man.
They all run hard.
He runs hard.
They all run hard.
He's running with a passion. He was a
No.
6th-round pick. He's got something to prove. I think he's better than Edwards-Helaire. That goes, and Andy Reid thinks the same thing. He'd be giving all the touches to.
Y'all don't have a good running back.
Edwards-Helaire.
Neither of them are great, but I guess Pacheco's more versatile.
Pacheco's the reason why they won the Super Bowl last year.
Explain why.
I don't know how many yards he had, but if you look at him, they were handing the ball off and he was getting first downs.
So you want to give that Super Bowl win to Pacheco?
I'm not going to give the Super Bowl win to him. I'll give him a lot of the credit.
Yeah. More than Mahomes?
Yeah.
That's a bold statement.
Maybe. I mean, he's running more.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they wouldn't have been in the position they were in if Tony wouldn't have ran for 50 yards on a punt return.
That's true. Tony, he's better. He's just getting a bad rep right now after dropping all those passes week 1 or 2, whatever it was. Tony's definitely shifty.
Week 1, I lost them all. Pacheco had 76 yards and a touchdown on 15 carries.
Tutty.
Yeah.
Yeah, Tutty's all that matters, but it's not terrible at all. Has he had that? Has he had a game like that once this year so far?
I don't know.
I don't think so.
I don't think this
Only
season.
thing I've ever seen from him is 30, 40, maybe 50 yards.
And I mean, for the Super Bowl, Patrick Mahomes had 182 and 3 touchdowns.
Hey, Taylor Swift at the Chiefs game. Rooting on our boy Travis. Yep, just popped up on my ESPN.
Oh, my gosh.
He's a boy. He's a dude.
He's a dog. That's crazy.
Oh, man.
He said it was in her court.
Yeah. Shoot, he ain't a bad-looking guy. Shoot, he got to be 6'5", 6'6".
I mean, yeah, and I mean, he's stable. He's on a football
Exactly,
team.
and he's on a winning football team, and he's probably a top 10 player in the league.
Yeah.
Like, fan base and, like, notability-wise.
For sure. That's nuts.
Dang. Well played, sir. Well played, Mr. Kelsey.
He's playing his heart out today.
Now, let's just hope that doesn't take away from his play time, his field play.
He got 50 yards today. Not bad.
Yeah.
Little 5-banger.
I'm sure they're playing it slow with the Bears. I mean,
yeah.
They think they should
just run it.
Them. Yeah.
Get plays, little check downs.
Touchdowns. Make their offense beat you. I would want to make the Bears' offense beat me.
Today's probably a day where they're wanting to improve the offensive line and get them some playing and get them
run it slow, get set.
Like, hey, we're gonna do this. This is how it's gonna be, and build from there.
Against those bad teams, that's what you got to do. It reps. I mean, you obviously can't just 50% it the whole game. You got to be giving it 100%.
Right.
But different game plan.
Yeah.
Like holding back, I guess, for lack of a better word. But I'll tell you who won't do that next week is the Cowboys if they lose to the Cardinals.
Yep.
I mean, that's embarrassing.
Yeah.
That is absolutely
But I don't
embarrassing.
think the Cardinals will come back.
So here's kind of a random question for you, just getting a little off topic. Who wins the World Series this year?
I think the Astros do.
Astros?
Yeah.
I'm going to take the Dodgers just because my family's from California.
That makes sense. I just think the Astros are
it'll
so
be
good.
a hell of a World Series because they both put up like 7 runs a game.
Yeah.
Like, it'll be insane. Honestly, I'm looking forward to that. Looking forward to October, even though this year feels like we've been watching baseball for like 3 years straight.
Right.
It's been the same season. But we're here. Finally here.
Just cut the games down. That's all they have to do.
All they got to do is get to about 120 games, and they're set. And I'm back in it. I'm involved. Like, I'm there almost at least twice a week.
Right.
But, man, I mean, I guess you get more of it, but just more injuries. Like, no way a pitcher's arm can hold up for 160 games like that consistently.
Yeah, so you got to cut it.
You got Aaron Rodgers lasting 3 plays. Dude didn't work out. I mean, he worked out, but didn't overwork himself at all. All of a sudden, snap.
Yeah.
Like, I guess you never know, but I just think that's weird. But playoff baseball's almost here.
Playoff baseball.
So, yep, almost time. Who's the primetime game tonight? Football?
Trash. Raiders, Steelers.
That is awful.
Yeah.
Why would they do that to us?
Yeah, not good.
So we have a Raiders, Steelers. I'm pretty sure we have a Jets primetime game next week.
The Jets
Zach Wilson had 5 total
Jets
this
are in
year.
7
They've already had
games.
1.
Yeah, I think they're in 6 or 7 primetime games this year.
I mean, they're supposed to be Rodgers, so I understand it, but
They're gonna have.
they got to change that. Like, we got to mix that up. I don't care.
They'll flex them out.
Yeah. I don't know. They might not. Can they?
Yeah. They reserve the right to flex any games out.
They got to do it like a month in advance.
And you got to think that
there's a Taylor Swift concert.
They'll do it that week. They'll flex it out that week.
You know me. I think they should.
It's just moving a game from. They'll move a game from 3:00 to the 7:00 game, and move the 7:00 game to the 3:00 game.
Yeah.
They'll just flex it down.
I feel like it's not that easy, but I feel like it could be for sure. I feel like it very well could be.
I think it could be easy to do. Just tell them, hey, we're going to do this. Boom, it's already done.
If it's the same day, I guess, it could very well be done. Just move it back a little bit.
Yeah.
There shouldn't be anything else on game day.
If you give everybody a day notice, everybody can make it. ticket-wise and everything like that. Yeah.
Got to be more than a day, I think. Got to be at least a Monday, Tuesday.
They'll give them a week.
Yeah,
flex
week's
it.
perfect
Yeah.
for sure. So you got to feel like most of them, 75% of them are going to be from the town.
Right.
More than likely.
More than likely.
Maybe 60-40. Maybe a little less. But shoot, I'm ready. It's been a good week of football this week. Notre Dame upset.
2 games
I guess
tomorrow
upset.
night.
2 games tomorrow night. I'm ready, dude.
Yep, me too.
You got anything else for this
think
episode?
I think that's it. Go Sooners. Big 12 champions riding out.
Well, just remember, there's 2 of us on this show, so that's that guy's side. Go Pokes on this side. Next year we'll be back. Don't forget it. And don't forget, this is Straight Off the Bench. Don't forget to check out Southern Sports Network as well. You can download that on Roku and Facebook, all that jazz.
Yes, sir.
And don't forget, we are getting a YouTube channel. That's where you can find this, Straight Off the Bench. Make sure to check us out. I'm Carter Randolph. Peace.
Peace.